Hi, my name is Robbin Miller. I'm the host of Miller Chat. Today's show will be about Passover. It will be divided in several parts. The first part will be a reading and a short cartoon and a recipe that my son and I will bake together. First thing I want to read is from More Jewish Bedtime Stories. This is the tales of rabbis and leaders, and the author is Shamu Blitz, illustrated by Lisa Baylayet, Bayame Arel. And I'm going to read you a story about Passover, the meaning of Passover. It's called Milk and Wine by Rabbi Yosef Dov Slovanek. It was a few days before Pesach. Everybody in town, including the Brisker Rav, Rabbi Yosef Dov Slovanek, was preparing for the holiday. Not a crumb of hamatz would be found anywhere. That means on the Jewish holiday, people have to clean out their refrigerators, make sure their kitchen is spotless, and get rid of all the bread products because only kosher products are allowed for Passover. There's no bread products or flour. That evening, a stranger knocked on Brisker Rav's door. I need to ask the rabbi a question. Am I allowed to use milk instead of wine for the 4 cups at the Seder? He asked. The Brisker Rav looked concerned. Are you sick? He asked. Aren't you able to drink wine? No, I am fine, thank you. But then his face fell, and he quietly admitted, wine is very expensive this year. I thought I would use milk instead because it is cheaper. Reb Yosef Dov looked at him and thought for a moment. Then he reached into his desk drawer. He took 10 rubles out of an envelope and handed them to the visitor. Here, take this. Buy wine, and I hope you have a very happy and kosher Pesach. But Rabbi, the man stammered, I didn't come here for charity. I just came to ask you a question. Please take it and have a very good Pesach, insisted Reb Yosef Dov. The stranger thanked the rabbi and left. As soon as he was gone, Reb Yosef Dov's wife walked into the room. Here she is. I don't understand why you gave that man so much money. Even the best wine doesn't cost more than 2 rubles. Didn't you hear what he asked? Replied Reb Yosef Dov. If he was planning to use milk at the Seder, surely he doesn't have money to buy meat. Bobby doesn't have enough money to buy all the other things for the Seder either. Even though he didn't want charity, I gave him enough money to buy food for his family. And with that, Reb Yosef Dov and his wife returned to their preparation for Pesach. The meaning of that is that any Jewish family who cannot afford to have a Seder on Passover, it's okay to ask for assistance to make sure you have enough food for the Seder. There's no shame regarding that matter. The last thing is that we use a Passover Haggadah to read the story and ask the 4 questions. And these are the 4 questions. Why is this night different from all other nights? On all other nights, we eat either bread or matzah, but in this night only matzah. On all other nights, we may eat any species of greens, but this night only bitter herbs that symbolizes the bitterness of slavery. On all other nights, we not dip even once, but on this night twice, putting your finger in salt water to symbolize the salt of the tears. On all other nights, we eat and drink either sitting or reclining, but on this night, all of us recline. So the matzah symbolize how they didn't have bread in the desert. Only thing that they were able to make was matzah, which could not rise because there was no yeast. You have to put yeast in bread to let it to rise. So this is a short story of Passover. We were slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt, and God brought us out with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. And if the Holy Blessed One had not brought out our ancestors out of Egypt, we and our children's children would still be in slavery to the pharaohs of Egypt. Therefore, even if we're all wise, knowledgeable, and sagacious and learn of the law, it is nevertheless, it would be incumbent on us to tell of the departure from Egypt. And those who expand telling of the story are accounted praiseworthy. So that's a little bit about Passover, and there'll be more coming through a cartoon and a recipe at the end of the show. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
The Passover Story in 10 Scenes. 1. Long ago in Egypt, a mean ruler named Pharaoh makes the Jewish people slaves. They are forced to do hard work, building cities and pyramids. 2. Pharaoh orders all baby boys born to Jewish families to be taken away. But Moses' family floats baby Moses in a basket on the river. Moses' sister Miriam watches over him when Pharaoh's daughter finds the baby and brings him to the palace to be raised. 3. The Jewish people don't like being slaves at all. They are hungry, tired, and have no control over their lives. They cry out to God for help. 4. Moses, all grown up, goes out from the palace and sees an Egyptian treating a Jewish slave badly. He stops the Egyptian. Now Moses feels that he too is Jewish and runs away from Egypt. 5. Moses is herding sheep when he notices a strange bush. It's on fire, but not burning down. Amazing! He hears God's voice telling him to go to Pharaoh and demand that the Jewish people, Moses' people, be set free. 6. With his brother Aaron, Moses goes to Pharaoh and says, "Let my people go." Pharaoh answers, "Never." 7. God brings terrible plagues on the Egyptians. Water turns to blood. Frogs, wild animals, and locusts are everywhere. People and animals get sick. Hailstones fall from the sky. Everything turns dark. After each plague, Pharaoh agrees to let the Jews go free, but then he changes his mind. Finally, after the 10th plague, Pharaoh frees the Jews. 8. The time has come. With great excitement and nervousness, the Jews pack their things and rush out of Egypt. They go so fast that the bread they are baking in celebration doesn't have time to rise. 9. The Jews think they're safe, but when they reach the big sea, they hear Pharaoh's army chasing after them. Pharaoh has changed his mind again. The Jews are trapped, but then a miracle happens. The sea opens up so the Jewish people can march across between two giant walls of water. 10. The sea closes up. The Jewish people are free. They sing and dance and celebrate. At Passover every year, we remember the miracle of freedom.
Hi, welcome back to Miller Chat. Let me introduce my son, EJ. EJ Tessima Miller. Say hello.
Hi.
Hi, we're back, and now we're going to make something for not Purim, we did that last time. Now we're going to make something for Passover. We're going to be using a recipe box that has several ingredients on it.
1 large egg.
Yes, 1 large egg.
2 teaspoons of cold water. 1 teaspoon of margarine or butter softened. 1 teaspoon of boiling water. A mixing bowl and mixer.
That's right. So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a large egg. Okay. Any egg will do. Okay. So we're going to put this in here. We're going to put the egg in here. Go ahead, go put the egg in there. Okay. And then the next thing is 2 teaspoons of cold water. Here's the teaspoon. Okay, so we just take 2 teaspoons and get 2 teaspoons of cold water. 1, 2. And then we're going to put in the butter. We softened the butter.
beforehand.
Yes. So you could try to see it from here. And
They
we're gonna
can't.
put that in there. Okay.
And you-
And that's the oven in the background. Okay. And then the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put a teaspoon of boiling water. I'll wait for this to get nice and hot. All right, boiling of water. All right, so that's what we need. So we got the egg, we got the cold water, we got the margarine, the tablespoon of margarine, teaspoon of boiling water, and now we're gonna mix the bowl with the bag. And this was from Manischewitz gluten-free chocolate for Passover. So we're gonna open this up.
pour in the whole entire bag.
Pour in the whole entire bag. And now we're gonna go over to the mixer. All right, so let's bring it over to our mixer. There we go. We'll put it in there. It's a KitchenAid mixer that belongs to my mother. Go ahead, let her rest in peace. Okay, so we have to lock it. Okay, we're gonna lock it and then we're gonna mix it a little bit. So remember, Passover, you can't use any flour or any bread products for Passover. The whole kitchen has to be clean for those who follow it to the T. Means you got to clean the kitchen, the refrigerator, the stove, the whole area has to be totally pure. And only breadless or flourless products are allowed. And well, like we said, like the cartoon that you just saw on Passover for children, it's still relevant to today in terms of Passover. It symbolizes not only giving people who can't a Passover meal, giving them money to buy food, but also it's another way. Some people use it as a tradition to release their anger by burning this paper like a pot or something like that to release their anger, to purify their soul, so their soul could be at peace and harmony. Okay, so how are we doing on this? Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so let's open this up a little bit. There we go. All right. Woo, look at that.
Is this edible? That right there.
Yes, and now we have a mix of brownie mix. Looks very, very good.
I'm trying a little bit.
Okay, try it on the mixer there. And now we're gonna pour it into a bowl. Let me get a nice wooden spoon. And then now I'm going to pour it in. Let me just move the computer back. How does it taste?
Good.
Tastes yummy? Yes, it's made from Parov products. It's kosher. So I usually don't eat a lot of kosher products Passover because of the ingredients. Sometimes irritate your stomach a little bit. I may have a little matzah. The best matzah to get is Huda matzahs. They're the best because they come from Israel. And that's something that we really like. Middle East, yes, Middle East, yeah. Middle East. So it's really good that you can buy at your local Price Chopper or Wegmans. I don't know if, I think Stop and Shop may sell it.
I'm not sure about all things.
Yeah, but they also have Manischewitz matzah that's gluten-free that they're finally having now. So it all depends on what you want to do. So now we're gonna spread out the brownie. There we are. Spread it out. Okay. We just spread this out. All right, because I know it's going to rise. And this is what it looks like. A nice brownie. And now, on this is the frosting. So for the frosting, we're going to do another mixing again, and we're going to pour this in. Well, welcome back. We just put the batter into the stove on 350 for 30 minutes. So now we're going to make the frosting. All right, so for the frosting, we need 1 tablespoon of butter.
You need 1 tablespoon of margarine or butter.
Yes.
Gradually add 1 teaspoon
We have
of
it right
boiling water
here.
to the desired spread when constantly is reached. Stir until smooth. Spread on completely cooled brownies. Cut into squares and serve.
Put it right here.
After mixing, fold half cup of chopped walnuts, pecans, or candy in batter. Fold slide rubber scraper down the aisle.
And we also have some coconut back there. Can you bring the coconut? It's behind the Gatorade. And the next thing that we put in, it will be 1 tablespoon of water.
Water.
Let's see. 1 tablespoon of boiling water. Yeah, I only have a half. Hot water. We're going to put hot water in here. Okay. And this we could do after we mix it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna take the frosting. You see the coconut. This is the coconut that you can use. I don't want to promote any walnuts because I'm aware that people may have allergies. So make something that people may be able to eat more. The walnuts. I'm sorry, not the walnuts. The coconut. Okay, so now we open this up. Okay, this thing is open, and now we're going to pour this in. All right, and now we're going to put it into the mixer. Okay, you ready? Let's put that into the mixer. All right, now we're going to mix it. Here we are. And we're going to mix it a little bit. Here we go. Now EJ will do the taste test for the frosting because every kid likes to have their tongue on that frosting. So go ahead. How is it?
Tastes exactly like the brownie.
All right. So now we got the frosting exactly as the box said. And we're just going to mix it a little. And EJ's going to put in some coconut. Put some coconut on the frosting. Okay, so here we go for the coconut.
How much?
Put a little coconut in there. Okay, right here. All right, I think that's let's see when we mix it how it looks. Want to try? Go ahead.
Let me mix it up.
Okay. Go ahead, mix it up. You can put a little coconut or walnut or malt chocolate chips if you want. It's entirely up to you, or you can just leave it up. It's entirely up to you. Whatever you feel you need to do. What do you think? Good?
Yep.
Yeah, the walnut, the coconut.
No, we're done. Done mixing it up.
All right, there we go. The coconuts, it's mixed in with the frosting. Well, welcome back. This was in the stove for 30 minutes, and it came nice, delicious brownies that smell delicious, square brownies. Now, EJ is going to put up the frosting on it, and then what you do is you put it in with a spoon, and then you wet your knife, something my mother told me. And then you just take the knife, and let me show you what you do. You just take the frosting, see the frosting right here, and you just flatten it out. So that's all you need to do is just flatten that out. Okay, so you just wet the butter knife or whatever you use, put the frosting down and do that. Okay, so what we're going to do for the sake of time, I'm going to do a taste test of it. And here's a little piece here with the frosting. All right. I'm going to take a little nozzle and I'm going to put it in my mouth. Gluten-free. Oh, wow. It is sweet. This is good, EJ. You want to try a piece?
No.
No? Okay. Well, this has been another episode of Miller's Talk for Passover. Happy Passover.